We're here on Tilly Jane Trail. I'm going to show off beautiful Mount Hood. We are ascending this mountain trail. Now entering the Burnout area. Views of our friend, majestic Mount Hood. Tallest mountain in the state of Oregon, 11,249 feet. This is a straight uphill hike. First segment we're on, 2.6 miles up, 1,900 feet. We've exited the lower forest. Now we're in the Burnout area. These are enjoying all these pines and most importantly, these money shots of the mountain. It's the best part so far. My intention, once we get to Tilly Jane A-frame, which is the natural landmark for this trail, the cabin, we're going to check that out and keep going, actually. Not up Cooper Spur because the snow levels are too high. As I said, Tilly Jane's at 5,700 feet. If you did all the way up to Cooper Spur, you go up to 9,000 feet. Add another 3,300 feet. Not only is that daunting and epic, but make this hike 5,200 feet, which is kind of crazy. But it's a moot point because we can't do it because the snow levels, the Cooper Spur section are just too high. So it's cleared to the A-frame, but that's about it. We're going to turn right, stay kind of lateral elevation, check out Tilly Jane Campground, do a half mile over to Cloud Cap Inn, Cloud Cap Saddle Campground, ultimately get on Timberline Loop, go down to Eliot Branch River, most dangerous river in the entire 40-mile Timberline Loop backpacking circuit. It's got ropes and stuff, and it's ice cold. We're not going to cross it, we're not going to fjord it. Just stop there, take a look at it, turn around, go back up the canyon we descended, back over to Tilly Jane, and then back down trail we're on now. So all in all, it's about 8 miles, about 2,400 foot elevation gain. Decent hike. 8 miles is pretty moderate. 2,400 feet's a little harder. My scale, 2,000 to 3,000 is hard. 3,000 to 4,000 is very hard. So hard elevation, moderate distance. The elevation always matters more than the distance. So definitely a legit hike. Not anything crazy, but reasonable. Loving this burnout and all these pines. Typically what will happen ecologically is you have a burnout. Pines are typically the most resilient tree, so generally pines will replace the old growth trees. If you ever drive through, see massive pine forests, chances are there was a fire many years ago and pines repopulated the area. That's typically how it goes. I kind of like it better, actually, as far as hiking, because you get the expansive views and you get kind of the Alpine Zone open up a bit, which I appreciate. So maybe the silver lining of burnout like this is you get more expansive views. I don't know how easy it is to tell, but this is straight up. This is a legit hike. First segment up 1,900 feet in 2.6 miles. It's legit. Hiking up to Tilly Jane Cabin and beyond. And look at the beauty of Mount Hood. If you have a question about the motivation to do this hike, I think it is answered for you. Perfect blue sky. Low 53, high of 73. So got here 20 minutes after sunrise. Sunrise was 5:20, got here about 5:45. It's about 6:30 a.m. right now, so earlier than it may appear, but this is the right way to do it because the low is 53, so it's probably mid to high 50s right now. Very pleasant. It's gonna get up to 73. It's pretty windy up here, so the wind chill knocks down a little bit, but the hard part of this hike is the first 2.6 miles is straight up, which we're on right now, up 1,900 feet. You want to do that as early in the morning as you can. It's much better ascending 1,900 feet in 50-degree weather than it is even 60 or 70 or, God forbid, 80 or 90 degree weather. That's when it gets downright dangerous. So if you're an avid alpine explorer like me, you know, wake up at the crack of dawn, woke up at 3:45 this morning, drove here an hour and a half, ended up getting here 5:45, 20 minutes after sunrise. It's a situation where being a fair weather hiker could be downright dangerous and even deadly. I would not try to show up here at noon, try to climb this. Instead of being in the 70s, and that's going to be a heck of a lot harder. Be dripping sweat the whole time, especially with this direct sun on you, and you'll fatigue really fast. And so I think you get the point. Make the sacrifice. Come when just even 20-degree difference is all the difference in the world. I'm totally comfortable. Wind chill probably has it in the high 40s right now, which is quite refreshing. So can't complain. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I hope the beauty of this hike is not lost. And this is why I like Burnout so much. Only reason we get this money shot of hood for an extended period of time is because this forest burned. Not that I'm in favor of forest fires, but they're a part of the natural life cycle of the forest. And the silver lining is unobstructed views. If these trees were all fully blossomed with, blooming tall with their foliage and canopy, then we wouldn't even be able to see the mountain right now. And we'd just be walking through an old growth forest. And frankly, I enjoy this more than old growth forest. So silver lining, burnout areas typically give you broad, expansive views, which is a big plus in my humble opinion. Also, it helps with mosquito management, as burnout areas typically don't have mosquitoes. So that's another twofer. Better views, money shot at hood, no mosquitoes. What's not to like? Still in that first segment, 2.6 mile, 1,900 foot elevation gain. Started in a lower forest, old growth forest. Got out of that section. Section was pretty darn steep. Now we've gotten up to the burnout area, and not only is it prettier, but incline feels a little bit more gradual. Definitely exerting, definitely feel it, but it's not a straight up mountain goat style section. It is a more well graduated, steadier incline, so easier to control your breath and makes it more pleasant. So we continue to ascend up to Tilly Jane Cabin, which will be one of the main destinations of our hike, but a segment we're going to go farther. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful.